is Cougar Conversations, and it's special because we're calling this the National Tournament version, and we have our juniors with us. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and then tell us what position you play on the team or the position you have with the team. It's a little different for you, Ryan, but we'll start with the guys together up there. Go ahead.
There we go. After you. Okay. All right. My name is Mclaughlin, or Rick, as everybody calls me on the team. I'm a junior, and my position, I guess, would be a stretch four or a big guard, I guess.
Okay.
I'm Kyle Kegley. Everybody refers to me as Slim. My position is kind of like Rick's, a stretch five.
Okay. Explain what a stretch five does.
So basically, it's somebody who can play in the post, but also bring up the ball if needed. So he's able to handle the ball, but also be in the post as well.
Okay. Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, I'm Ryan Wolfe. I'm a junior, obviously, and I'm a student assistant coach on the team. Now,
this was something different for you this year. What made the move from the court to the bench?
Yeah, I felt called to step back from my playing career, and to kind of jumpstart my coaching career. And I was fortunate enough that Coach Rowe allowed me to join the staff.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, I want to take you back to last Thursday night. You were all at the Renee household. Tell me how you felt when you saw Mount Vernon Nazarene University appear on the screen and you knew you had a bid to the national tournament. Anybody can take it.
I'd say that we were really hyped. If anybody's seen the video, you could see all of us jumping around, hugging each other. So it was just a really cool moment to share with not only ourselves, but also with everybody else who was able to see the video as well.
Okay. Now, Eric, refresh my memory. Did you go a few years ago? Were you on the team when they went to Sioux Falls?
Yeah, I was a freshman. Yeah.
Okay. So for you, how was this experience the second time?
Oh, it's great. I can brag to Brett Bipperman. To say we made it more than him, but no, it is cool. It's fruit of your labor, I guess. So it's really cool.
Ryan, how about for you as part of the coaching staff, seeing the name go up there?
Yeah, I unfortunately wasn't able to be with the guys physically, but just extreme joy, and just happy for the guys. I mean, they earned this opportunity, and couldn't be any happier for them.
This is Cougar Conversations, and we're talking with the juniors from our MVNU men's basketball team. Guys, can you share with us some insight on your prep work for Friday night? How are you physically and mentally preparing for this important game?
I can take it. I think it's just like any other game. I think the second half of the season, we had success just because we were where our feet were day by day, and just kind of focused at the day at hand or the practice at hand. So I think the preparation for this game doesn't change. It's like a crossroads. We understand the moment, but our preparation just doesn't necessarily change, I don't think.
Okay. So what do you know about this team? What have you found out?
Well, I've played them.
Really?
We played them 2 years ago when we went to Arizona over Christmas break.
Okay.
And they're good. They're tough. That their best players 2 years ago are still there, so they're even better. But I love our draw. I love our chances. So yeah, I mean, that's really, I think that's where all of us are at. We have confidence in ourselves and in our preparation. So.
Okay. Ryan, give us some insight from the coach's standpoint. I mean, you've got a massive trip coming up. You're flying and then driving, or are you flying straight into Montana?
Some of those logistical details I think are still being worked out, and I think that's what with a trip as big as this, and traveling that far, from a coaching standpoint, the logistics there's a lot of them, and there's a lot to be figured out. And so that's kind of what we're already starting to prepare, and try to get ahead on as do as much as we can prior to departing Mount Vernon.
So how do you keep the team mentally strong as well as physically strong when you have such a huge trip?
Yeah, and I think the important part has been the last couple of days, the last week, really ever since the Grace game, giving our guys an opportunity to take a couple of days off mentally and physically, to let them reset, and then come back for a couple of days before the selection show, to lock back in, to reset, and really get them back to where they need to be physically and mentally. And we prepared every single day like we were in, and I think that's going to help us obviously down the road here, especially now that we've got some days here where we're going to be traveling a lot, and it's going to take us a day to get adjusted down there. These past couple of days and this last week has been important in their preparation, leading up to this trip.
This is Cougar Conversations. We're talking with the juniors, and I've talked to some of you on Cougar Conversations. You've talked about how the team has really grown over the season, and we've seen that in your record. So can each of you tell me one important lesson that you have learned this season? Eric, we'll start with you, Eric.
Okay. One important lesson, honestly, I've had more of a leadership role on this team. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned with having that position is that there's so much power in outsourcing other people's opinions, whether it's asking, like we come together in a huddle, and it doesn't have to be my voice all the time. I can ask Kyle, what do you see? I can ask Carter Jones, like you can ask freshmen, you can ask anybody. Everybody's opinion is valuable throughout the course of the game in the locker room. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is there's so much growth, so many good things that happen from involving everyone, I guess, not hearing the same voice over and over.
Okay.
I'd say just being able to stay composed during adversity. As you can look back to the first half of the schedule, we were in some pretty close games, and you could kind of see us, be flustered or have like that shell shock moment. Whereas in the second half of the season, we were in close games, but we were able to keep our composure, not let, like the stress and adversity through tight games get the best of us. We were able to come together and just really just play as a unit, play as one.
Now, Kyle, let's talk about a close game with Indiana Wesleyan. There you are on the foul line, and those last two foul shots, man, that was clutch. So what was going through your mind? Come on, you had to be excited.
Yeah, I was excited after I hit the first one. And then actually my phone screen, the background of it is a picture of us five huddled up right before I was about to shoot the second one. And I can still hear it. Rick was standing there and he was talking, and he says, it's all right if you don't make the second one. They don't want to see us in overtime. So it was a pretty special moment to be able to be there with those guys and make those two free throws to beat IWU.
It's always a special moment to beat IWU. Yes. But I think that game probably had a lot to do with you getting this bid to the national tournament. So congratulations. Now, Ryan, I want to talk to you about growth, because you've been kind of in a different situation than the players, seeing it from a whole different perspective as part of the coaching staff. Talk about the growth this season.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind for me is Coach Rowe has a saying, own your process, individually and then collectively as a team. And that's one thing that this team has come to embrace. What people need to know about our program is that we are a process-driven program. And that we're not focused on the outcomes. We're not focused on the results. We're focused on the day in, the day out grind, getting 1% better every day, and owning our process individually and collectively. And that's what these guys have done individually. They have come to embrace and learn how to own their process in the most minute details. Whether that's how to recover physically, recover mentally, prepare mentally, prepare physically. They've owned their process individually, and that's allowed them, that's given the space and the capacity to then own their process together, and really, really just come together and, focus on getting better with every single opportunity, whether that be a practice, a game. And they've certainly embraced owning their process.
This is Cougar Conversations. We're talking with the juniors from our MVNU men's basketball team. I want to talk about Rule Cougar, your culture. I've talked to a lot of players about this over the season, but what does it mean to you now as you're heading to the national tournament? Anybody can take it.
I'll go. I think the U in Rule stands for Unbreakable Spirit. I think that that's kind of been our strongest quality. We've kind of had, our team has had a mutual understanding of our biggest strength being each other. We don't have a Jevin like last year. So our biggest strength is each other. And I think we've had an unbreakable spirit. I think we're taking that to Montana too. That doesn't really waver with us. So I think that is our strongest, I guess, quality out of those four in Rule Cougar.
Anybody else? Well, you have Cougar fans that are supporting you, definitely here in Mount Vernon, but really all over the world. So what message do you have for Cougar Nation?
I'd just say thank you for always supporting us, whether through the wins or the losses. It truly means a lot to know that no matter the outcome of a game, we're always going to have the community support through it all. And so that's just something real special. I know back in my high school, the community was a big part in sports. And so it's just great to have that same feeling back here.
This is Cougar Conversations. We're talking with the juniors, Kyle Kegley, Eric Mclaughlin, and Ryan Wolfe. Now, I say juniors because that's juniors for some of you academically, but for some of you, it's with just your eligibility. So tell us where you are at along that process. Ryan, we'll start with you. Are you a true junior?
I am a true junior. So in the classroom, on the court, so athletically and academically, I'm a junior.
Okay. All right. Eric, how about you?
I'm a senior academically and a junior athletically. I'm in the middle of my student teaching right now, so I'll graduate this spring, but I'm coming back next year to play and get my master's.
Okay. And how about you, Kyle?
So I'm a little different. With transferring here to Mount Vernon, a lot of credits didn't go through from Urbana from my previous college. So that bumped me back. But thankfully with the COVID year, I was able to take that. So then I would be a junior this year, and I'm a junior academically as well.
Okay. Well, this is a question for you with another year coming up with your eligibility, because you're going to be seniors on the team very soon. So what lessons are you taking from this year, guys, into next season as you step into those senior leadership roles?
Wolfe?
Yeah, I can start. For me, the cool thing about becoming a student assistant coach this season has been I've put myself in a position day in and day out where I get to serve our guys. And so that's something that I want to continue. Obviously, as I head into my final year, just stay consistent in how I serve the guys and making sure that they're taken care of and they know that, I've got their back and things like that. And it's just continuing to build relationships with the younger guys. Being a junior, being kind of on the flip side of now being an upperclassman, it's cool to see how you can develop relationships and, build those foundational elements and relationships with the younger guys. And I'm excited to do that with the guys that we've brought in this year and the guys that we'll bring in next year. So really just those two things, just making sure, continuing the spirit of servanthood going into my last year, and then continuing to build relationships with the younger guys in our program.
Well, I do have a question for you, Ryan. are there any keys to Friday night's game? Anything that you can tell us? It was funny when I talked to the sophomores a little bit ago, they would not tell me anything particular about how you're preparing. They're like, we can't tell that. We can't give away any of our secrets. So I don't want you to give any secrets away, but just anything that's key as you're getting ready for Friday night. So the sophomores, tight-lipped.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stay with the sophomores on this one. Our approach is the exact same as Eric alluded to earlier. Our approach is going to be the exact same. Just like any other game, we know that the next game ahead of us is the most important one, and we're looking forward to Friday night. We'll get into more of the basketball specific keys in the coming days here, but for now, I guess all I can say is that we're gonna keep our approach the same and stay process driven, and we'll be looking forward to a good time on Friday night.
Eric, you're returning for the second time to the national tournament. What's special about this team?
Man, I had a conversation with Coach Rowe about that a couple days ago, just because I was like, it's crazy to reflect on like the leaders we had, really upperclassmen leaders we had when I was a freshman, and like Jeremiah Roberts and like Jordy Moss, and then Brett Bipperman, Jacob Hall, kind of, even though he was a junior, but just like seeing those guys and what they meant to me, now kind of being an upperclassman and seeing how much the underclassmen mean to me. So it's just like, it's just cool. It's just from the memory side of it, making memories with guys you love, like with your brothers. That's honestly the coolest thing about this specific team, is how close we are, how many memories we've made this season, how many are going to come out of this trip. So yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is Cougar Conversations, talking with the juniors from our team, and it's time for rapid fire. All right, so anybody can take any question. I'm just going to throw some fun ones out there. All right. What is the must-have snack for your road trips? And what's the must-have snack you're going to pack it because you want to take it with you on this trip?
Pistachios.
Oh, I would
Kyle?
drink Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I'm not a big snack guy on the bus, so I'm not probably taking anything.
Okay, well,
Water.
hopefully they'll give you something on the plane. They
Well,
don't
if we
give
stay
you very
water.
much anymore.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm strapped up with the water.
Okay, now I asked the sophomores about this, about the must-have music to get you pumped up in practices. And Eric, they said you have special music that is awesome.
I mean, I would not say I would not put the word special in front of my music. I'm not saying it at all. But we have a little makeshift studio in the downstairs bedroom of Rosewood 307. So yeah, we dabble.
I asked the guys if there was any way that we could hear that, and they said, no, it is not released to the public yet. So
it's just like if you kind of get in where you fit in with our team, if you know about it, then you can ask for the file to be sent to your phone to listen to it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool that you're dabbling in the music. Okay. So which player brings the most humor to the team? Do you have a comedian?
Oh my Lord. I feel like everybody brings their own sauce to the table.
Okay. Which
I feel like
player is,
more times
I'm sorry, go ahead.
than not, it's probably going to be Uzi.
Yeah.
It's got to be Eric Uzinski.
That's what the sophomore said. Of course, he was in that chat. So, all right. Which player is the most dramatic?
Kyle Kegley.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Kyle, why do they call you dramatic? What happens, buddy? What happens?
Clay's a close second. I had to throw that.
Okay.
Ah, man,
Here's a good
Crickets.
answer for you. You can
Crickets.
just say, I'm just really passionate about what I do. And then
yeah,
that's a positive way.
I guess I like blowing things out of proportion.
Okay. All right. Who's the first person that arrives for a trip? Who's going to be the first person ready to go to the airport?
Ryan Wolfe.
Wolfe.
Good for you. And how about the last person?
Clay,
Cam or Gee.
Cam or Gee.
All right. Who's the best? I'm sorry, go ahead.
If it's the last person out of the locker room, that's Clay Hilliard.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Okay, well, Ryan, will anybody forget something?
It's bound to happen. I don't know who it'll be,
Eddie,
potentially.
Is that your job to make sure everyone has everything?
Yeah, I mean, I can't pack the guy's stuff for him, you know? So, I mean, there's some stuff that's on us as the coaches that we got to pack, and there's a lot of stuff on them that they need to pack. So it'll be bound that somebody forgets something, but we're going to pray nobody does.
Please do not forget your shoes. There was a game, I don't know if you remember this, Eric, where Brett forgot his shoes. And it
Yep,
was a
that was
big deal.
it's Iowa, yeah.
Don't forget your shoes. Okay, couple more questions. Who's the best dancer?
Eddie.
I'd say Milton.
Eddie or Milt?
Okay. How about the loudest snorer?
Ryan Wolfe.
I don't.
All right. What's
Well,
the
actually,
fa-
yes, you
Do I
do.
get a chance to defend that?
Snore.
You
Yes,
Do I get a
can.
chance to defend?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not a big snorer. I do sleep talk though.
Oh
like,
my
severely.
Lord.
So like that's really where it comes. It's not so much a snore. It's like
Yes, it
I
is.
sleep talk.
It's both.
Okay. So who's the best roommate on road trips? If you want to pick one person.
Carter Jones.
Cade Rugsager.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm going with my boy Rick.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ryan, I was gonna say you, but I was like, I live with you every day, so
Yeah.
Spread the love a little bit. Okay, what's the favorite team meal?
and BB Bop.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
I've heard pasta is a
Yeah,
big
pasta.
one. Yeah. So, okay. Who brings the most luggage? Who's going to have the most on this trip?
Clay Hilliard.
Clay. Clay or me. I'm an overpacker, so I like to overpack instead of underpack.
Do you have rules on how much you're allowed to take?
Unspoken ones.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's the lightest packer?
I pack pretty light. I don't really pay attention to anybody else.
Okay.
I'll probably take like 2 backpacks to
I
Montana.
can see Cade being a pretty light
Yeah.
packer.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking some time with us. Just one final question. How can we pray for you and the team? I mean, we're definitely going to pray for Traveling Mercies, but how else can we pray for you as you go into this special time?
I mean, I think one thing that I've asked people to just pray about specifically for our group is just the opportunity we have being a Christian university, going to a different part of the country, just hoping that our light shines on somebody, whether it's, you know, our interaction with somebody in a restaurant or how we play, just how we carry ourselves, just kind of praying that God can use our team to spread the light that we do have, spread that joy.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best. Cherish every moment of this incredible experience. As you know, it doesn't come along very often. And so we're really proud of you. We're excited. We'll be cheering you on and enjoy every moment of it. Okay, guys?
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.